It's time. Lock, load, put on your Infinity Gauntlet and grab your lightsaber. This is Nerd Talk. Presented by Webeam TV. Ta-da!
Ooh, hello.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Nerd Talk.
Long time no see.
Yes, it has been weeks since I have been here, and now here I am in the ensign seat.
I meant more.
No, I
for
think
me.
she's talking about herself.
Yeah, it's
not
been a
you.
while since I was here.
Oh, it has too?
It's been months.
Oh, sorry. It has not been months.
Yeah, it's been
about 5 weeks,
couple-
probably.
yeah.
5, 6
Yeah,
weeks.
been a
just
while.
enough time to take a balloon trip across Africa.
Why would
I
you want
wish.
to do that?
Because it's the name of a book, 5 Weeks in a Balloon. Jules Verne strikes again.
It just
Hello,
sounds
everyone.
boring. 5 weeks in a balloon. Where do you eat?
Well, you stop at the rest areas.
You got to refuel.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was a hot
No,
air
you said 5 weeks in a balloon. You got to be in the balloon the whole time.
Well, actually, you're under the balloon when you think about it.
in the basket.
You're in the back. It's 5 weeks in a basket. Just didn't have the same ring and couldn't quite sell the books.
Would you actually want to spend 5 weeks in a basket?
Absolutely, if it's under a balloon.
No.
See, that's how it works for me.
Small
Although,
little
on the other
basket,
hand,
no.
I have watched, and I am a purist when it comes to Jules Verne, and I have now watched the David Tennant version of Around the World in 80 Days.
Oh, how was it?
Better than a
My
Jackie Chan version?
There was a Jackie Chan version?
Wasn't there?
No.
I thought there was.
No, there wasn't. I will say this. There was anytime I see a balloon involved, I automatically go, I'm sorry, now you're just copying movies. You're not actually, because the balloon was introduced in a movie. It's never in the book. It's completely against the point of the movie, of the story that Jules Verne wrote, which was you could use normal transit systems to go around the world in 80 days. Look, we've reached this level of technology where this can happen. And Fogg has to prove it, so hopping in a balloon would have defeated his whole argument. That's the point behind it. So in this one here, I see a balloon. Yes. I'm like, really? They ran into the same sort of situation that Walt Disney did when he made 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. He hired the screenwriter for it, and the screenwriter said, okay, this will be good. And he opened the book, and he read it, and he came back to Walt, and he says, Walt, this story has no plot. There's no plot. It's a travelogue.
Yeah.
It's like we're going 20,000 leagues under the sea, looking at the fish, looking at the kelp, and then coming out the other side. And it's like, okay, bye. And that's it. That's
Just
all
like
you
the ride
get.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like the
Exactly.
ride.
Boring.
And so what they did with this was, what they did with the movie was they said, okay, we're going to make it an escape movie because they were really popular at the time. The Stalag 17 or whatever, all the escape movies. And so they made an escape movie with, Ned Land, the harpoonist, played by Kirk Douglas, trying to lead the crew to escape. So what they did with this one was they went completely back to the drawing board and they said, okay, first of all, his character's not terribly realistic or interesting, so let's give somebody a real motivation for doing this. And so they changed his motivation, and I'm like, at first I'm like, "Rrrr." And then I started watching it episode after episode. I'm like, holy crap, this is good. That's the original movie, okay, which again, balloon. Okay, which is where the whole balloon mythos came in. That 1958 movie is what ruined it from then on, or 55. But yeah, see, that's
I was
not
right. There was a Jackie Chan movie.
No, there wasn't.
It does exist.
No, it doesn't. But
It's not like the Sinbad movie.
Oh, jeez.
No, but in this one here, it is a character study with three people who have always been portrayed, it was supposed to just be Passepartout and Phileas Fogg. And now they've added in a woman journalist. Well, in the book, they rescue a woman who is the wife of an Indian
Sounds
sultan, prince, whatever, who has died, and she's going to be burned at the stake with his body, cremated with him, and they rescue her. And she ends up going off and falling in love with Phileas, and they get married, and yada yada. But in this case, it's a reporter, a woman reporter, who jumps into the fray. And they play it beautifully because all three of them have incredibly different motivations for being there.
Yeah,
No,
that's about it. That looks like it.
That looks just like David Tennant if he were green and a bug. But
Wait, he's not a bug?
no, he's a doctor. So all
Only
in
on
all,
TV.
well worth it. And if you are even like a $5 a month donor to WEDU, you can go ahead and watch it. And watch the whole thing. All 8 episodes are up. It's 8 episodes, you're done. And it's brilliantly done. And, when I write, and I'm a discriminating reader, I like to think I am, and I'm getting to the end, and I'm like, they can't end this. There's only one way they can end this and have a decent
Someone
ending.
shoots a balloon down.
That happened anyway. Second episode.
How'd it happen?
Well, didn't actually get shot down, but it crashed. The spoiler, yeah. But
The TARDIS rescues him.
yes. But what happens is I'm sitting there watching it, and lo and behold, it is exactly how they ended it.
The way
It
you
was
were
the
thinking.
only way to do it. It really was, and have a quality
Holmes and
character
Watson.
development outcome on it. And they nailed it. Anything else they would have done would have left a gaping hole. And so it was inevitable, and it was perfect. And you're going, yes, at the end
Okay.
when it happens. So
Something
definitely
else to
worth it.
Add to my to be watched pile.
Yes. The TBWs.
Yes.
So there's that. So what have you been up to nerding in the last week?
We went to the Strawberry Festival last weekend.
Oh, that's about as nerdy as it gets.
It was actually pretty fun. A lot of good food there. Strawberry shortcake, more strawberries, more strawberries.
More strawberries, more shortcake, more strawberries.
More strawberries, yeah. Pretty much all
Were the
strawberries.
crepe people there? Did you see the crepe people?
No.
Oh,
I didn't see the crepe.
they have the best crepes. They have the best crepes. They're usually like 2 places down from the big donut place.
So we were going to go Ren Fair again, but I'm like, let's do Strawberry Festival because that's only for like 2 weeks. So
Right.
My Ren
Yeah.
Fair still has another 3 or 4 weeks left.
April 3rd, I think, is the last weekend.
So we still got a few
Yeah.
weeks for Ren Fair. I know this
Yeah.
weekend's Barbarian Weekend for
Yes,
Ren
it is.
Fair.
And
Next
if you want to
weekend's
catch up
the
with a
other
bunch of us,
Pirate
we're going to be
Weekend.
there on Sunday.
Saturday.
We're going to be there Sunday.
Saturday. Go Saturday. Because we'll be there Saturday.
See you Sunday. Okay.
That's pretty much it for that part.
Yeah, well, that's cool. I am going to pull up the live feed here because I didn't do that yet. So, aside from that, how have you been nerding out lately?
I haven't been. This is where life gets in the way. I'm getting ready to move. So I spent a lot of the time packing over the weekend, and then
so
I
sorry.
helped a pet adoption. So
Oh,
that was a lot
that's
of fun,
awesome.
getting to play with a bunch of puppies.
Puppies?
Puppies.
Puppies are good. Puppies are good.
Once I move, I'm getting a puppy. So
Ah, I understand.
right now, too many boxes.
Yeah, that's good for cats.
Yeah.
Cats are fun.
So
Except
I
Dylan's
am
cat.
having to do something weird here. I am logging in, and I'm in. So aside from that, here we go. As if there weren't enough zombies out there in the world,
So sick of this show. Sorry, John.
The Walking Dead announces
cow.
Maggie and Negan spin-off starring Lauren Cohen and Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Well, I started watching it. I'll admit, I watched Game of Thrones, and I'm like, okay. I finally
So
went
which
back
Walking
and
Dead
Not
did you
decided.
start
zombies.
watching? Normal Walking Dead, Fear of the Walking Dead, or whatever other one they have?
The original
Okay.
The Walking Dead.
So after season 3, you got bored and turned it off?
After episode 3, right?
Oh, episode 3?
Episode 3, yeah. I
You
made
didn't
it 3
get to
episodes
season
in. I'm
3.
like, okay, this is a soap opera with zombies. And it's like all the tension and drama between, oh, who's sleeping with who? And
Shane.
who's over here? And who's mad at this person? And oh my God, he's beating his wife.
So
and
in
I'm
other
like,
words, I didn't
Rick.
miss
oh
anything
my
by not watching it.
God. I'm like, this is your drama. And then in the meantime, it's like, oh, but we have to go back in the zombie world, and we're barely going to make it out by the skin of our teeth. Okay, guys. And I'm like, they carry this on for how freaking long?
Too many years. But
Oh.
if they stayed with the comics, it would have been better. But they went off the rails so far with the
What,
comics.
what do you think was the big difference?
Norman Reedus. His character doesn't exist.
Okay.
And they can't get rid of his character because if they do, nobody will watch the show anymore. Because everybody loves Norman Reedus, even his bad acting.
Is that the sheriff guy?
No, that's Rick. Norman
Oh.
Reedus is, well, now he has the longer hair. It looks like he's going to,
Doesn't help me. Who was he at the beginning?
Daryl with
Daryl.
the crossbows.
Oh, the guy with the younger brother, the guy with
Yeah.
who chopped his hand off in the second episode, whatever.
Merle.
third
Oh,
episode.
fun.
Merle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, zombies not my thing.
Yeah. I mean, that just blew my mind, you know. I mean, and I'm sitting there going, okay, so you couldn't cut the handcuffs with a chainsaw, but you know that old rusty iron bolt that the other end of the handcuff is attached to? That was just begging to be cut with a dull saw. Okay, dude.
But it's going to be interesting. I like Negan, so it'll be interesting to see what they do with a spin-off show just with him.
Yep.
So-
We got a quick question here from Mr. Wiggly. Does the fair still have the pickle guy?
Yes, the pickle guy is there, and as perverted as ever.
Yep.
We only missed him last year because of the contract deals.
Yeah.
last minute,
But he's
but
back,
yes, the
and
pickle
so
guy is back
So you
selling
can
the
get
pickles.
those big,
You can get
fat,
big, your long,
juicy pickles.
Wet pickle in your mouth.
Yes,
his
you
wet
can.
pickle in your
His-
mouth.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
Thank you. As long as it's green. Okay, so there we go. Now, how many of you are actually old enough to remember the original
Super Friends.
series of Super Friends?
Super Friends was a great show.
It
I
was a
remember
lot of
waking up
fun.
every morning when I was a kid before school, and I would watch Inspector Gadget, G.I. Joe, Transformers, and Super Friends.
Okay, well, you were watching it in syndication. I was watching
Yes.
them first run.
Saturday
see, I'm not that
morning
old.
cartoons.
Yep, I was watching them first run. And
Yeah, today's generation doesn't know what Saturday
Oh,
morning
no,
cartoons
no.
are.
No,
Saturday
this
morning
is
cartoons
anymore.
when I was a
Right.
They don't
kid,
exist.
ABC, CBS, NBC.
All the battles.
and all of them had
And what did you
cartoons
do
on
when
from
like
8 in the morning
when
till
they
noon.
put something opposite Scooby-Doo? Holy crap!
How about Laughing
And I mean,
Olympics?
no, no. So much of that Hanna-Barbera stuff was just like, I mean, almost as bad as Hatville. You know, which if it weren't for the cat, who remembers Hatville? Okay,
Before
That
my
one,
time.
no.
Hatville live action had the kid in Hatville was actually pretty damn famous. He was a child actor. It wasn't the kid from the other show, H.R. Puffin Stuff. That was the kid who played Dodger in the musical Oliver. He went on to be in H.R. Puffin Stuff, which I personally loved. Hatville starred Charles Nelson Riley as this guy who was obsessed with hats. And Charles Nelson Riley, if we all remember. And the kid in that is actually famous, who ended up getting that role. And wait, was that Billy Mummy?
I have
Hatville's
no
not even
clue because
coming
I've
up on
never
IMDb.
seen it.
Hatville? Wow. Okay. What's that? Lidsville. That's it. Sorry, Lidsville. Yeah, so look that up because whoever the kid is, he's famous. And he was famous from something science fiction. And I can't put my finger on it. So we'll have it in 2 seconds, I'm sure, because there you go. There's Charles Nelson Riley. And there's, I think it's the same actress up there on the top left who played Witchy Poo from H.R. Puffin Stuff. Did you come up with the name of the kid?
Oh, I stopped because
That was your job. You had one job.
and I can still do that.
Yeah. So there we go. So, yep, find the cast. And, there's Billy. Butch Patrick. Of
Oh.
course. Eddie Munster. It was Butch Patrick.
Yeah.
Yes. So,
Local to Tampa area.
yeah, he's local now. Yeah, and met him a couple times. Pretty cool guy. And so it was just, it was this really weird show about this place where everybody was hats. I mean, literally, there were hats walking around. There were baseball hats walking around and top hats walking around. And
But
was
look
like
who
everybody was a
created the
hat.
show, that's why.
Yeah,
They
Sid and
were
Marty
on
Krofft.
a lot of drugs back then when they made their shows.
Sid and Marty Krofft. I'm okay. Sigmund and the Sea Monsters.
Nope.
Not ringing a bell.
I know
Johnny
of it. I
Whitaker
never
was in that
watched any
one.
of them. That was way before
Oh
my
yeah.
time.
Yep. But of course, you also know Electro Woman and Dyna Girl.
No.
Dr. Shrinker.
No.
I know more like
how about-
Ultraman and Johnny Sacco.
Much later. Much later. Yep. You're talking like 80s, 90s. Wow.
Maybe late
No,
70s.
that's not 90s.
No way was that late 70s. So, oh well, neither here nor there. The point of this whole conversation is way back when there were 3 characters that appeared in
Bleak.
the League.
Bleak was the only good one of the two.
Yeah. 3 characters who were called the Wonder Twins. Not to be confused with the Wonder Years. That was a few years after this.
So
but
you're saying 3
the Wonder
characters for the
Twins.
Wonder Twins. Twins usually
You
implies
see why
2.
I did that? Yes, because the monkey
Yes.
was Gleek. Yes.
Zane and what was the other
Yeah,
one's
Gleek.
name?
Zayn.
Zan, Jaina, and Gleek.
Yeah.
Yep. So
Get beat by a sponge, so SpongeBob can beat him in a
yes,
fight.
in case you're wondering, they are basically metamorphs. They can take shapes.
Well, they're limited.
Yes, but they're limited.
Very
They're
limited.
very
Yes.
limited.
So Jan,
Water.
who is the boy, can only take the form of some form of water.
A bucket of
Zan,
water.
Yep.
So I could be an iceberg.
Yep.
Okay, he could be icicles and fire through you or
Yeah.
something like
Usually,
that.
though, he was a puddle.
He was
Yeah.
always
Got
a
into the
puddle.
bucket.
But he would be a frozen puddle, so they'd slip and fall. See, he was smart.
I don't remember him ever being frozen. I just
Yeah.
remember him always being a bucket of water.
Well,
No,
no. It's
no.
because they would dump the bucket and he would freeze on the floor.
No. He would say form of ice. And he would take the
remember
form of
mostly
ice.
the water as well.
He would always say form of water.
No, he could take any form
Well, yeah, he could.
of
but
water.
I remember it mostly water.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Being useless.
In the pail.
It was the most useful. It's like, form of water.
Useless.
Quick, form of water. Now, look, now I'm
The
form of
monkey was
steam,
more entertaining than them.
Yeah, the monkey generally had his crap together. And wasn't... These 2 were the rolling plot elements that were always in trouble that the Super Friends had to rescue.
Yes, because they tried to do good, and
Yeah.
they got
They thought they were old enough to go play with the grown-ups.
They were what Jubilee was in the 90s with X-Men. She thought she was going to be able to be the adult X-Men hero and always
Yeah.
getting in trouble, and they had to rescue her.
There you go.
Yeah, she was usually, or they were more of a problem than the actual problem they were trying
Yeah.
to solve.
Yeah, typically they would create, some kind of massive oops.
But-
But
Go ahead.
Jaina.
Jana,
right?
yep.
Jana.
Jana.
She could
Jana,
take the form of an
Jana.
animal.
Yeah, only, yeah, but birds.
Cats.
Birds?
I remember her
What?
being a cat.
She could be, she usually was an eagle, a falcon.
Yeah, usually because those things were convenient. Like he was mostly water, but he could also do ice and
But I
and
want to say
steam.
that she was limited, though, as well. as to
I'm
what-
pretty
it couldn't
sure.
be any
Here, ready?
animal.
Oh, yeah, there she is. Bird. And here he is.
Oh,
See?
there's ice, a nice chair
Ice chair.
to pick up.
So
Gleek.
that they can pick up Gleek. Yes.
So
So there you have it.
here's kind of a fun fact for you. They were created on the TV show first, before
Yes.
they made it into the comic books.
Yep.
And there's a lot of speculation about them being modeled after Donnie and Marie Osmond.
Oh my God.
Even though Donnie and Marie aren't twins,
No, but still.
but there's a lot of overlap because the Donnie and Marie show was like from
Yeah, the Donnie was
76 to 79.
huge at that time. Yes.
Right, and so they were modeled
Well, wait a minute.
after them.
Whoa, wait a minute. That was 76, 79. This was 75? Was it? When was it? Had to have been before that, because I was younger than I was. Right about the same time. I mean,
Well, okay,
yeah.
so but they replaced the human kids on the Justice League. You had what were their names? Wendy, Marvin, and Wonder Dog.
And Wonder Dog. Oh my God, yes.
So there were 2
Wonder
different
Man.
shows. There was Justice League, then there was Super Friends. They were on Super Friends.
Yes.
Good point. Okay. I totally forgot there were 2 different shows.
Yeah, there were 2 different shows.
To me, they just blended together.
They were
Same.
they were
was too young to notice.
drawn. The cartoons were
Oh,
identical.
yeah.
So, but they did 2 different shows. Like after one series ended, they did the other one.
Yeah, I think Super Friends came first, didn't it? And then
That one
Justice
I
No,
don't
League.
think it
remember.
was.
Really, Justice League first?
Yeah, because the Wonder Twins were on Super Friends, not Justice League.
Help us, viewers. We need you. What is the Walking Dead ball breaking show?
What?
I don't know. Mr. Wiggly has asked, what is the Walking Dead ball breaking show?
No idea.
No idea. I guess you're talking to the wrong crowd here. Sorry, John's not here, but we will have an answer for you when John gets back online.
Yeah, and
But-
originally,
Yeah.
they wanted Zan to be more like Plastic Man and be able to stretch like he could,
Yes.
and then he could only take the form of some sort of water.
Water, which doesn't stretch well, but it pours divinely. The point is, they're coming out with.
So Super Friends
a
was first. It was a
live-
precursor to Justice League, the animated series, which ran from the late 70s to mid 80s.
Yes.
Zane
So it was
was
the other way
voiced by
around.
Michael Bell, and Jaina was voiced by Louise Williams until 1983 and replaced by B.J. Ward, which I know her.
Interesting. So back in the day, my sister and I used to love this. So when I saw that they were coming out with a movie, I thought it was pretty cool. We had moved to Arizona when we were little, and my mom had to go back to school to take some classes. She was a teacher. And so we'd have to go to a daycare on Saturday mornings because my dad was working. So the group of us kids, we all pretended we were different characters from
course.
Super Friends or Justice League, because I think we called them interchangeably back then.
Yeah,
not
pretty
really
much.
knowing the difference.
Yeah.
So it was like,
And
talk
so
about
what
a-
you ended up doing was, well, who was
Well-
the lucky one who got to talk to fish?
I don't remember. My sister and I, though, used to pretend we were the Wonder Twins.
Yeah,
That's
there
why-
you go.
yeah, that's
well,
why
that
this
works.
kinda-
That works. Yeah.
Like, this is pretty cool. Check this out.
I used to love the comedian who's like, yeah, you know, what a great superpower. You know, you get to talk to fish. And it's like, hey, fish. Hi, Aquaman. Quick, I need your help over here. Hi, Aquaman. I mean, what the hell's a fish going to do? You know? I mean,
Swim.
Not much for conversation, though.
So, but here's a fun fact.
All right.
They weren't officially canon in the DC universe till 95.
When they got
were-
put into an actual comic?
when they appeared at Extreme Justice comic book.
There you go.
That's when they actually became canon.
So
in
it
the
took them
universe.
almost 20 years.
But
When did they first appear?
in the 70s.
No, no, no.
77.
Does this 77, huh?
Yeah. Filling in for the non-superhero people, like she mentioned, Wendy and Marvin White and Wonder Dog.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's now. Did they appear in Super Friends or just in Justice League?
Super Friends.
They were in Super Friends as well.
Yep.
Huh. Okay. Cool stuff. Let's move on
Which isn't-
because
this isn't going to be the first time
Yeah.
you've seen a live-action version of them, though.
No.
No.
They were in an episode of Smallville, which I did not see.
Cringes. So that episode, you had both of them, and the monkey was a cell phone.
Yeah, I heard that
Cell
they had
phone
the,
case of
like
a
his
monkey.
voice was their ringtone.
Just a little
Or like
monkey
the-
noise, yeah. Yeah, it was
wow.
bad. But DC's bringing a lot of random heroes
Yep.
now because they just brought Booster Gold into the season finale of Heroes Legends of Tomorrow. And Booster Gold is awesome.
Okay. See, I always thought of the Wonder Twins as being just the one step over from Jan, Jason, Blip from Space Ghost. Are they that much different? Really?
No.
Yeah. I mean, Space Ghost was always having to rescue Jan, Jace, and Blip was just the monkey. So there we have that. Okay, here's cool stuff.
Electric Mayhem Band.
The Muppets.
Who doesn't love that rock
Dun,
band?
dun, 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 dun. Yes, the Muppets are going to get a new series on Disney Plus. The Muppets Electric Mayhem Band. Now, of course, we all know who the drummer is.
Animal.
So, do you know who's bringing this show to life?
No.
Adam F. Goldberg. If you don't know that name, because there are two Adam F. Goldbergs,
I must know the
the
other one.
TV show Goldbergs. It's the kid from there. The kid that he
really?
plays, because it's loosely based on the true story of Adam F. Goldberg growing up. in the
Okay.
80s. So it's him, that character, real life person, bringing it.
Okay.
Very cool.
And so he decided that he loved the Electric Mayhem Band so much
yeah.
that he had to go ahead.
We got to
and-
have our own TV show
and-
for them, and I am
and
so
showrun.
happy for that.
I want to. What's the plot going to be? Is it going to be?
I don't know,
Basically,
but it's gonna be
a
fun.
traveling band with
Probably.
Animal getting into trouble all the time.
I wouldn't doubt it.
There we go. Oh yeah. I mean, this was just iconic 70s, early 80s. I mean, how? Yeah. If you have been to Hollywood Studios, then you've done the 3D ride, and it is fantastic.
Wouldn't really
Yeah, it's
call
a
it
show.
ride.
You're right. Yeah, you're in a seat. Gonzo would like you to think it's a ride. Sam the Eagle knows it's a show. So,
Well,
So
it's
is that you and
interesting.
John sitting up in the balcony then?
absolutely. You nailed it. That's Waldorf and Statler. That's John and I.
Oh man,
I was thinking that actually earlier in this, when we started talking about the Muppet Show. I'm like, yeah, I see John and I up there in the balcony seats.
I'm glad to see this greenlit though, because I've had a few others that didn't get very far in production.
Oh no! Like
So,
what?
Of course, you can ask me that. I don't remember the names of them now, but
Okay, were they?
Out of all the
Muppet-based?
Muppets,
no, it's
this
Muppet.
would be the one I would
two
be
additional
happy.
Muppet shows.
Because I wouldn't want to see a show based on Beaker or the Doctor.
Oh my God, I would have loved Bunsen Honeydew and Beaker show.
A mini,
Okay, wait a
15
minute.
minute
That
show?
would be-
Given
Yes,
the last
awesome.
2 years, you wouldn't have wanted to see that.
No, I'm talking about earlier, before that.
Yeah, but
before
I mean, but now
they
it'd be
started doing
awesome.
everything that they've been doing with the Muppets.
Yeah, I don't know what they've been doing with the Muppets. I guess I've missed it,
The
other than a movie.
movies, yeah.
Yeah.
The Haunted Mansion movie. Great movie.
Which was definitely
didn't
just
see the
long
remake.
enough that it didn't drag on too long. So, but it
Cameos
was fun.
in that were
It was
great.
fun. All right, what else we got here? Raymond Lee. Okay, now I think it was last week or the week before we were talking about how Raymond Lee was going to be
weeks.
involved in. Yeah, it was when I was here. Was going to be involved in the new Quantum Leap show. And so it's like, gee, is he going to be Al? Could he be Sam? Is
Quantum
it
Leap was such a good show, though.
And
But
now,
what I really like about this one, they're calling it a reboot, but then it's not a remake of
No.
the original.
No, it
it's
is
taking
not.
place in current time. So, 30 years later.
30 years later.
Sam has disappeared along with the
Al, the AI?
No, the accelerator that he used to jump
Okay. Yeah.
or leap, I should say.
To leap, yeah.
So that's all. He's disappeared along with that accelerator, and so now it's what are they doing now? They're trying to recreate what Sam had created, and we'll see where this takes
Yeah.
us. And given the kind of character they're saying he's going to be, it's going to be pretty interesting.
Well, you also said that they're going to do a crossover with Ghostbusters in this.
Well, no, Ernie Hudson's in it.
Yeah, well,
That's not
that's
re-
Ghostbusters.
that's-
As long as it's got a steady
exactly.
paycheck. So,
Well, no, because Ernie Hudson's going to play the project lead for this, so he's overseeing everything that's going on with this new Quantum Leap project.
yeah, so it is not the standard, story that we're used to. It's going to be something new, and it's going to be set, though, in that world that Sam left behind. So that's going
So
to
is he going to be randomly still leaping into people's bodies? And
Yeah, but it said, from what I understand, he's going to be trapped in the 80s and then do leaps into some different time periods, but keep being stuck in the 80s. And he's going to have amnesia. He doesn't know who he is, what he's doing there, nothing.
Wow.
So that's going to be interesting to see how they play that out.
That's going to be tough. I mean, do you want to talk about identity crisis?
I don't know. Quantum Leap was such a good show. I don't want to ruin it, though.
No, of course not. Of course not. Anything that was that good, you're like, yeah, be careful.
Yeah, but
and I was the same way with
But-
Around the World in 80 Days.
If they do it right, it could be good. I'm hoping it'll work
But I
out.
think, though, too, the fact that they're not just having somebody else play Sam Beckett.
Play Sam.
Yeah, you can't have. There's
Somebody
nobody
else
else
play
that can
Al.
play him.
You've got totally new
No.
characters, which I think
No.
is going to make it okay.
Yep.
And it's staying in the same universe, so it should.
I'm sorry, but I loved that one episode, or actually it was 5 seasons of episodes where he jumped into a starship captain's body. That was awesome.
He just stayed in that one.
The
for a long
NX-01,
time.
yeah, I mean, he just stayed there for
So
5 years.
that's how he disappeared.
Now we know where he went.
No, there was a time he jumped in an NCIS body too. For
That's
quite a
true.
few years. New Orleans.
Yeah,
Okay, there
he was
you have
stuck
it.
there.
That was after the.
You know, and that's
Wondering
the
if an
thing is
alligator got
like no
him.
matter where you see Scott today, he's just leaping.
Right.
Okay.
He's still really
into
Dr.
his
Sam
body.
Beckett.
Exactly.
So what show was better? Because they're both kind of similar. Quantum Leap or Sliders?
Ooh.
They're different, though.
They're
Very
different, but you still have that whole going into.
Okay, but you had sliders going into different dimensions.
Yes.
Yeah.
You were
I mean, you were
alternate
always like
universes.
one off.
Yeah.
Whereas,
Till the one episode they did go home and the guy fixed the fence and they thought.
and they
were
thought, oh,
home.
it can't be here. But
Yeah.
that was the very
Yeah.
sad season finale or series finale. But I want to lean toward. I kind of enjoyed Sliders more simply because it has Sala in it.
The ensemble cast to it.
Yeah, John Rhys Davies. It just the cast was bigger. The issue I had with Quantum Leap really was the way they tried so hard to stay historically accurate.
Which-
it almost like didn't
was-
give them enough freedom.
Quantum Leap
do
had
some
that
pretty cool
one kind of big episode, the JFK shooting, where he
Yeah.
played Lee Harvey Oswald. Then he had jumped right into the body of the FBI agent.
Oh wow, yeah, that's right. I mean,
Yeah.
but here we are. It was more of a travel log through history. We get to see all these things, and I mean, I love that stuff. But I found that Sliders was really able to play with, our ideas of what's normal and right, and
Well,
just move you over one
a little
skip
bit more
on the
suspended
record.
reality.
Yeah,
with that.
exactly. Yeah,
So Sliders wins.
yeah.
I don't know.
kinda.
What do you guys think? Let us know.
What we got here? Wow. What is the Walking Dead ball break? Oh, what is this? The Walking Dead ball breaking show. Now we understand. It's a question saying, why are we beating up on Walking Dead? See, that's
It's a
why
cash
punctuation is important, people. All right.
Not going to comment.
Next.
All right, so we have Charlie Cox who explains why superhero TV shows are better than
So
movies.
before we get into that, when was this done? When did he do this interview where he mentions it?
After the movie.
No, there's a reason. Because when the movie came out, he went to a theater, snuck in, and when his scene came up, nobody cheered for him. And he posted on Twitter that he was upset with people that nobody cheered for him. So I was wondering if that's why he's saying this, because he didn't get the applause he wanted in a theater.
I don't think he's that petty at all. No.
No.
Because the points he makes
they're pretty.
are
They're valid.
Pretty valid. And I mean, and there are things that are hard to disagree with. If you've got a complicated character, then you need time to peel back the layers on that character. And he makes a great comparison with, him versus Ben Affleck, where they had 20 minutes to get Ben into the suit,
Right.
basically.
But that's for any
But that's for any,
origin story TV movie.
in a
Well,
movie,
movie.
and that's his
Yes.
point, is you got to crunch up that whole origin story into 20 minutes.
Yeah, you're not getting the full story.
No. I mean, look how fast. Good God. The original Batman, okay, 89, 86, whatever. 86.
89. The
Well,
Michael Keaton one? you're
Yeah,
talking
Michael
about?
Keaton original was
Batman
89.
89.
Wow, I can't believe it was that late. But yeah, in that one, I mean, it opens with him in the suit, and then they have a flashback, okay,
Right.
for where that came from. But, most of them, yeah, you've got a tiny number of minutes, and you got to have him in the suit.
Well, but I
And-
also think that because this is following a comic, how close is it going to the story?
Right.
Comics are episodic.
Yes.
TV shows can follow
Yep.
that. You're cramming too much into 1 2 hour or now
Yep.
3 hour time, like
Yep.
with the current Batman, but you're not getting the whole picture. You're
Right.
just getting a piece of it or a perspective.
And those were the two arguments that Charlie Cox made, that these kinds of complicated characters need more time, and they need episodes to unravel those layers and those depths, or to put the layers on as you're watching the origin unfold. So that's where he was coming from with it, and I could not agree more.
Oh, I'm not
because I
arguing with
care a lot more about Daredevil than Captain America or
Well,
Tony
you
Stark
feel like you
or
know him more.
anybody there. Yeah.
Although with Tony Stark, you do have the 3 Iron Man movies that gives you a little bit more in depth
Yeah,
to his
you,
character.
Yeah, you get 6 hours of him, but
We don't
you
count
get
Iron Man
again
3. That
20
is not a
minutes of
movie that
origin
exists.
story. Okay.
Iron Man 3 does not exist.
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
That was
well,
garbage.
But that's the point being, for any of those characters, and I mean, come on, you got a lot of movies with a lot of them in it, but I don't care about any of them anywhere near as much as I do about Daredevil. Just watching him grow up from a kid,
Right.
that's what you're seeing. And you're watching him lose his dad, and you're watching, everything he goes through, and the accident, and all this other stuff, and watching the kid grow up. It's a very different, time frame that you get to really
feel like
drag
you
out.
know him.
Exactly. So I think Charlie Cox had a really good point. So there you go. That's it. And now for a serious subject, Mike. Why don't you take this one because it means a lot to you?
I'm not going to get into the political issue, but Punisher has his new logo. And people are not happy about it because they still want the old one. This one's more of a alien-looking head now.
Yeah, it looks like
It's-
he went out and had a fight with
Looks like
Hellboy.
Skeletor on steroids.
Oh,
Yeah,
It's
some
like
kind of demon.
If Hellboy and Skeletor had a baby,
There you go.
there we go.
But they've been saying that they were
Skeletor.
going to change it due to a lot of political issues, and that's
Well,
what they came up
it's
with.
not exactly political issues. It was the kind of people that the Punisher stood against
Yeah.
are the people that are wearing it, people in the
They
military and
embraced
the
it.
police. And they embraced it and are
When
using
they've
it.
been-
Now,
the
I'm
creator of
sitting here
Punisher
saying,
is like, don't do that, please, because that's not what the Punisher's about.
and right. And so, of course, they will never get a new shirt with the new logo
Yeah.
on it. Really? I mean, what good does it do to change it? Because if he's the same kick-ass, did go get stuff done, kill the bad guys kind of
Torture
person,
people.
okay, whatever he is, if he's still doing that and they're still idolizing him, they're going to go get the new logo. What
I
are they going to
doubt-
do? They have to keep changing that logo until they make the symbol of the Punisher a rubber duck.
They may.
That's all they're going to be
killer
able
rubber
to
duck
do, which
Punisher
I think
logo.
would actually be kind of an interesting thing if,
Put a
you
little-
had somebody who's that absolutely badass and his
A rubber
symbol was
duck
a rubber
outfit.
duck. Yeah, yeah. That would actually work for me. I would, yeah. Yeah.
But this one's this one's better. I like
Okay,
this one.
go.
So, y'all don't play video games. I know. I was going to ask y'all if y'all ever played it.
Angry
but
Birds.
Ba- real video games. Back when PlayStation 1
Ooh, you're
was
gonna go
such a
there.
huge thing, there was a great car game where you got to blow up other cars, shoot them, and everything. Twisted Metal. It had great series. Twisted Metal Black, Twisted Metal 2.
These are all games.
Yes.
Okay.
The main villain of the game was this big ice cream truck with a clown face on it and everything. It was great.
And you wonder why people are scared of clowns.
And
Well, there's
ice
more
cream- and
reasons
ice
to be
cream
scared of
trucks.
clowns besides that video game because you didn't
No,
even see a real clown. Just all vehicles.
Okay.
But it's going to become a TV show on Peacock.
I just,
So live action?
Yes.
I'm trying to put together how that can be
Yeah, see, no.
a show worth watching.
It's going to be interesting.
And I'm not getting it.
There's, yeah.
I mean, how
Yeah,
do you
no.
make a... I know, somebody figured out how to make a plot line out of it. Okay, I can do it. I mean, I wrote a whole plot line for HR Puff and stuff. So I've got a really kick-butt screenplay for that. And, but I'm sure if anybody were just looking at the old TV show going, you got to be kidding me. There's no way I'd ever go to the theater for that.
Well, Anthony Mackie's going to be playing in it.
Who's Mackie?
God, we don't have good...
Well, he
Avengers.
said Anthony. Mackie's going to be playing in it.
Avengers.
Yeah,
Oh,
Anthony
it-
Mackie from the Avengers. He played.
Oh, so it's someone named Anthony Mackie. See, I thought you were talking to me. Anthony Mackie is going to be in it, see?
you can't,
Comma again.
You can't see the punctuation.
Yeah, it was verbal punctuation. There we
I'm
have
done.
it. Yeah, so who does Anthony Mackie play?
We don't know
Falcon?
yet.
No, I mean in... What was that?
He plays the Falcon
Oh, Falcon. Okay. All right.
in the Avengers.
Okay. That's cool. I'm all in. I saw that.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. Recently, even. Why did I watch that? I don't remember. Whatever. But, oh, yeah. Actually, I watched the Black Falcon series.
Black Falcon series.
Wasn't that it? What was it called? What? Fill me in here.
Falcon and Winter Soldier?
Yeah, that's it. That one. Yes.
The Black Falcon series. God.
Oh, it's all good.
Never mind.
All right, so let's go on to the next one.
The next one, actually, yes.
Kinda cool.
Take it.
Oh no, I don't.
Oh, come on. It's a video game. You can
It
do
is
it
a
because it
video
has a
game.
pun in it.
Yeah, well, that's about the only thing I can do with it.
Rock and roll.
Mario stands for March 10th.
Yeah. MAR10. Mario.
Yep.
March 10th
All right,
day.
wait.
So Mario Day is coming out, and there are a lot of great games on sale from Best Buy, Amazon, and GameStop. Pretty much all the Nintendo-based games are on sale. And the reason that's a big deal, those are the games that never drop in price.
Yes.
You
That's
still,
Thursday.
Right now, you still can get, what is it, Mario Kart still like a $60 game. Normally.
Really?
Yeah. And it's been out how many years now? 3?
It's nice to
4?
see the price of something hasn't gone up.
Yeah, Nintendo-based games always keep their value because they're great. They're the best games for that. So right now, all the games are on sale. You can get. I actually picked up Mario Kart this past weekend for $40 on sale.
I thought you said it never went on sale. So which is it?
That's the key for Mario Day. There's a huge sale for all the games.
Oh, so
But
it's
this
not
last
the one day
weekend
only?
was not Mario Day.
So they released the sales this past Sunday.
Okay, so it's not
they
like a special one
cheated.
day.
No, it's not going to be a one day. It's pretty much the whole week.
So they're basically celebrating for the week
Yes.
the fact that March 10th, which is Thursday.
So all the shops, including the Nintendo shop, their games are all on sale, and they're definitely worth picking up. Especially right now with Mario Kart, if you have the family plan or if you have the Plus plan for Nintendo Live, you're going to get the Mario Kart maps for free in a couple weeks for the expansion. 55 new maps. 54, 55.
So those are the tracks that you drive around?
Yes.
There you go.
So all the maps that they're including now are maps from every previous game. So you're going to get some games that never had the maps re-released. So it's going to be cool.
That's probably one video game I can play.
Mario Kart?
Yeah.
We have to play Don't Drink and Drive. We still need to play that.
I think that sounds
Were
like
we
a
supposed to play that
blast.
on the air?
Yes, we need
Yeah.
to. Well, we got to play it probably at John's house because we can't play it on the air here.
Right.
Because
not?
we all have to be able to get back to a safe location unless everybody's taking Uber.
Do you know how many couches are in the studio? Just look around.
I'm
and
not
count.
sleeping in a mall. That's not going to happen. There is no food court here for me to go get food at.
No, but there will be food soon. So, that is
Speaking
awesome.
of Nintendo,
Speaking
they
of
also
Nintendo.
announced a new thing, and it just went live, online missions and rewards, which for PlayStation, Xbox, kind of had that already. Nintendo just said, hey, we're going to start doing it. So the more games you buy, more games you play, you're going to get points for them, and you can redeem those points for new little logos for your character screen and everything. So they're doing a little bit more now for the fans out there.
Going to back it up for a second, back to the Twisted Metal.
Uh-oh.
Once again, another comment. So it's going to be a knockoff of Blood Drive on Sci-Fi? I think if Blood Drive is a show.
I don't know
that-
what Blood Drive is.
We'll have to look into that for next time.
What is Blood Drive?
We have been accused recently of not being good and proper nerds because we did not know that Alan Ladd Jr. Had not only passed away, but what his incredible role was in the science fiction world. He is basically to Star Wars what Scholastic Books is to Harry Potter.
Right.
He was the producer who gave Star Wars the thumbs up when everybody else turned it down. And so Alan Ladd Jr. passed away. And so we're going to touch on that for just a second because these are the people that absolutely shaped our universe. And, I mean, you can't even imagine. I mean, I can't even imagine. We were so ready for something, anything, that wasn't post-apocalyptic or apocalyptic in the 70s. Everything was just such a downer. I mean, Planet of the Apes was the highlight. Okay, that was
a
the
great
good
movie.
news. Okay, I'm not saying no. It's the subject matter. Everything was about death, dying, the end of society, the end of culture, and everything. And then, boom! Out comes Star Wars, out of nowhere.
Which is still about killing people.
Yeah, but what was the name of the first episode when the second episode came out, which was actually the fourth episode when the fifth episode came out?
A New Hope.
That's the point. The good guys won in the end. And that we weren't getting that.
Who said they were the good guys?
I mean, if you go watch Silent Running, okay, everybody dies.
They killed innocent people on that Death Star for no reason. There were families
Oh,
out
yeah,
there.
they were just doing their jobs.
There were
no
families.
families on the
Stormtroopers
Death
had their
Star.
families.
No, they didn't.
There were construction
No, they
workers
didn't.
up
No,
there
they
that
weren't.
had
Okay,
nothing.
wait.
No, they were all
They
soldiers.
also blew up Alderaan.
They deserved it. They
had
were
it.
terrorists.
Oh, they deserved it. Oh my God. Never mind.
Next, moving on.
Please. We are going to move on to number 9.5. We have a guest review of The Batman movie.
Great movie.
And here we go.
Everything.
You ready on that one there, Rob?
Well, I just saw the bat. Saw the Man About a Bat. Well, let me tell you what I think, folks. So much for that. I give it a solid 7 out of 10, Nerd Talk people. I thought it was pretty solid. The pacing could have been better. Hey, it's a 3-hour movie, so get that. I love the focus on the mystery. I love that there was some actual plot. The characters were very well done. Catwoman, perfect. Probably one of the best Catwomans ever on film. Penguin, Colin Firth, showed a lot of promise. Can't wait to see what they do with his character. Trying to avoid spoilers here. Riddler, off the chart. Probably one of the best Riddlers ever. Mixing him with the Zodiac Killer was a very cool premise. Now, the only complaints, I think Gordon could have been a little better. I think he was fine for what he did, but they didn't give him much to do. And then I think Pattinson, standout performance as Batman, and you see a lot of Batman. You see more Batman in this movie than I think any other Batman movie. Not just because it's 3 hours long, but that does have a big thing to do with it. But he's not Bruce Wayne very much in it. And I think that actually works to his effect here, because the few times he is Bruce Wayne, it's still early days, he's very haunted, he's very, distraught, but I don't think he makes a good Bruce Wayne. He's very little too, the jokes about the emo Bruce, it's pretty much a spot on the nose. But I know Pattinson's good at that. I think it was the script more than anything. Stakes were high, everything was good. Pacing is the problem. It drags, and a Batman movie should not drag. You feel the 3 hours. So all in all, solid 7 out of 10. I do wish DC would learn how to turn on the lights. Some of the fight scenes were really good, really sporadic. Would have liked to have seen them. So anyway, that's my 2 cents, and I'm out. Vote Cobblepot.
So I guess we all have the assignment of going to see Batman this week.
Yes. Now, some of us have already seen it. By some of us, I mean one of us. By one of us, I mean Mike.
No, I have not seen it.
I thought you said you had
no,
seen it.
I had not
and
seen
you're
it.
like, oh yeah, all the
I've
reviews are
heard
great.
everything about it. I know everything
Oh my God,
that happens.
it's total hearsay,
all-
fake news. I thought he was telling me
got
he'd
all the
seen
No,
it.
he said from the
Spoilers.
reviews that he read.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to have some pretty cool stuff. And I mean, the thing is, the guy's indestructible, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, he's a vampire, and he's made out of like granite, and
But
he can't go out in the daylight.
Well, no, he can't sparkle in this.
He can't sparkle in this. It's never light enough to sparkle. So I'm totally behind this. That Batman is actually a vampire.
Everybody's saying he's probably the best Batman there's been now.
I'm not surprised.
So he
I mean,
looks.
Keaton
he
was
looks,
good, but
He looks like the suit's for him. It's perfect for him. Everything he did was
Cool.
great.
wow. Who would have thought Cedric Diggory? My boy! Okay.
At least there's no Voldemort in this.
Yeah, that we know of.
True. We haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. All right. Now,
Talk about a blast from the past.
yes.
Apparently, you didn't know this,
No, I didn't know this. This is kind of cool.
and I've
Go
been
ahead.
there.
Go ahead.
Oh, you have?
Somebody call it.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Edward Scissorhands house, where they actually did the filming, is based in Lutz, Florida, which is just down the road from where we are. And it is now up for sale.
Again.
Yeah, it was purchased in, I believe it was September 2020 by the current owners, and they basically turned it into an Edward Scissorhands museum.
Yep.
And so,
Notice all the topiaries. Yes.
Yes. But the artwork that's inside, I mean, you just have all sorts of images, looks like lithographs, and other photos from all different things within the movie. Now, Mike, you said you've been there, right?
So when I found the house, because I heard where it was at and Googled the address and went out there, it was 5-6 years ago. So the whole neighborhood was already been repainted over, so you couldn't even tell that it was a house. So I want to go, if you can go actually in and look at everything, I want to go there and do that.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
look at the
and
You may
wallpaper
have to
and
buy
everything.
it to go in, but
Well, maybe we can, as Nerd Talk, go in and do a
Yeah,
filming
before they sell
there.
it, because
to help them sell it.
yeah,
Yeah,
the
so-
selling price for this house,
Yeah.
almost $700,000.
Yeah, they're asking more just because of what
Sure.
movie.
I mean, it
Well,
is the
'cause
only
you-
house in the world where they filmed Edward Scissorhands. See,
Well,
now
and it
where
comes with all the memorabilia.
Yeah. Now, one of the things that I knew was that the Southgate Shopping Plaza in Lakeland.
Yeah.
Is where the barber or the hairdresser salon was, and it was funny because had seen the movie, moved to Florida, moved to Lakeland, and driving down the main street in Lakeland and going, my God, that looks just like the plaza from Edward Scissorhands. How
Because it
weird is
was.
that? Because it was the plaza from Edward Scissorhands. So, yeah, that was just a really funny thing in 1993.
Yeah, so anybody, so many people are relocating to Florida. We got a house for you.
Oh, have we got a house for you?
You
And if
better
you need a
not
real
change
estate
it. You
agent, I
gotta
got a
leave it
real
like
estate
it
agent
is.
for you.
Yeah, leave the house like it is.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, hopefully somebody will buy it as a museum and turn it into such and start charging admission and turn that into an income property. But a $700,000 mortgage would be
Oh.
really hard pressed.
Like a themed Airbnb.
Oh my God, that's a great idea. They could probably make 3 times the mortgage payment every month.
Yeah.
The problem is, I mean, you have to lock down all the
memorabilia.
memorabilia. You know,
it's a
otherwise
thought.
it's like, has anybody seen Edward? I know the suit was here earlier. You know. So, here are words that I never thought I would be saying as an adult. Certainly not saying them on a program that's being broadcast around the world. But I'm going to say these words together because they sound, 20 years ago I would have said they were just gibberish. But now they actually mean something to a lot of people. And they are, Funimation becomes part of Crunchyroll. And that's not an ad for sushi.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
So, for the longest time, there was 2 streaming services for anime. You had Crunchyroll and you had Funimation. And they get expensive when you want to do both. And the merger actually happened. They got bought out a year ago.
Who bought whom?
Funimation bought Crunchyroll.
Okay.
Which Sony owns Funimation, if I'm correct now. So they actually own both of them, and they just actually merged the websites all into one now. So it's one full streaming network of everything anime that you need, which is great. No more having 2 different things. No more me having one and giving it to somebody else, the password, so they give me their account for the other one.
Not that you would ever do that because that's illegal, and you certainly would not put it on video that you ever did that, would you, Mike?
I never did that.
I knew you hadn't. Thank you.
But it's good you can actually have it all in one now. So that gives you
Exactly.
a lot more anime now.
Right. So now you can just share one password with all your friends.
Exactly.
Oops.
Just don't watch One Piece, because that's, 900 episodes, I think, now?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's one anime I can't get into. I'm not watching
Thank
something that's
goodness.
900 episodes.
I mean,
When would you
I
have
had
the
enough.
time?
I don't have the time for that. That's
Okay.
why I like animes that have, 1 season, maybe 2. That's enough. I don't need
How long are those episodes?
30 minutes.
Okay.
Oh.
I got to say, I'm looking at that and I'm like, you know what? That is just a little bit more time than I put into Supernatural last year.
Just a tad.
When I watched 323 episodes of Supernatural
Of an hour long
back
each.
to back of an hour long each. So, yeah. Not much more than that. So I am certainly not one to, knock anybody
Hey,
for
some
loving it
people
and
won't watch
binging it.
Well, then, see, Mike, now I guess you got the green light. You can watch it.
Watch
There you
what?
go.
All 900 episodes.
No. I've never watched one episode. I'm not going to begin now. I don't
All right, now
have
we
that much of a
challenge.
no
Now we have a
life.
challenge. We have to make it a drinking game.
Bring
All right.
the rum and I'll do it. I'm down now.
Oh. Now for our
I
final
have said
bit.
this so many times, and everybody shits on me about it.
Okay. And I know why they do. I totally get that. But yeah, apparently this thing has really gone overboard at this point. And that is the Genie Plus Pass at Disney.
Yep.
Genie Plus. Oh, nice graphic. The sad blue guy. Genie Plus is the replacement for the Fast Pass. Okay. And the Fast Pass is how you bypass the standby line of any big popular ride. So you just get to, you're assigned a time, you come back within a 15-minute window, and you basically walk right in and get on the ride.
Well, you have shorter of a line.
Yeah, definitely a shorter
Yeah.
line, but it's one or the other. You're either like you have a timed return, and well, you know what? Even if you have the time return, there's still a
was-
short line.
yeah.
Okay. And so meant to be a major perk that you added on to your platinum passes in the day. Now they've turned them into $15 add-ons for the day. And the problem is that's just cheap enough that a bazillion people are doing it, but it's expensive enough that if you're walking in with a family of 4 or 5, it's lunch.
But here's the kicker.
Okay.
Those lines are now longer than a normal line. Figure that one out.
I don't know if that's the case.
It is.
I think
Because
it depends
it
on the
can't be.
ride. I think it depends
Yeah.
on the ride because for those
Right.
that are the big draw,
The Star Wars rides, Space Mountain, those
Yeah.
lines
Right.
are
Yeah.
getting longer
but the
than
point
the
is,
normal
bigger
one.
draw.
yeah, but that's because nobody will get in the other line anymore because they're sitting there and they're watching, 10 Genie Plus families go through for every one standby
Yeah.
line. And so they're like, screw this, I'm not going to bother. And then they go and they pay the $15 and they go stand in the other line. And what it's doing is it's becoming the world's worst impulse aisle.
Yeah.
Where they're forcing families to pay to get on the rides.
Because
now,
the new CEO only cares about money.
Well,
he only wants.
I'm not
he's
gonna
already
make a personal judgment.
He's already stated this is going to be for the wealthy families. If you're poor and can't afford it, you're not coming here. You
problem-
have to be the super
I,
wealthy.
I
that
don't.
goes
I would love to
against-
see that quote from him documented, please. Okay, let's not assert things that we don't know. But he is beholden to the shareholders, and there's a whole economic thing we could get into on that. But the fact of the matter is, this is becoming a point of contention now, whereby when I first went to Disney in 1979, you got in for free, but you had to pay for every ride. And that's how they managed the rides. You had A tickets, B tickets, C, D, and E ticket rides. E ticket rides, that was such an important phrase back in the day. That, oh my God, this is an E ticket ride. It was like a cultural meme. If you had a really bad car ride home, it was an E ticket ride. Okay? So your big ones like, Space Mountain or 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea or something like that, those were e-ticket rides at the time. And that's how they controlled the lines, by having more expensive tickets to get in those
Right.
on those rides. When they took it away and they made it all a free-for-all, all the rides became equal. This is a way that they really went the wrong direction. When we had the Platinum Passes, this thing
So
is a
you're saying
result.
when Disney first opened, it was free to get in?
Yeah, I think so.
No, it was
No,
not.
it was, what was it, $5?
So they never paid for rides. When
What?
Walt Disney opened in 1971, adult admission was $3.50 and $1 for kids.
Okay, I'm talking about
without
Disney
the cost of rides and attractions.
Yeah, the cost of rides and
without
attractions.
the cost.
Right. So it was $3 to get in. Okay, but it was nominal. And then suddenly it was $29 to get in, but all your rides were included. And then it was $49, $59,
All right, guys,
$69.
we're out of time. Thank you for
Yeah, we are.
joining us.
Bye.